just in case. So, all right, we are now recording. Welcome. Those of you who have joined our recording, we're glad you're here. Here we go. My name is Fernando Sanchez. I teach 6th grade tech apps at Walnut Grove Middle School.
And I'm Nathan Pettijohn. I teach cybersecurity and video game design at the Mile.
Right, and those Bitmojis are very accurate pictures of what we look like overall. Sometimes wishful thinking, but they are pretty accurate. Let me make sure we don't have any waiting. All right, we're still good. All right, so just to let you know, this is the 3rd installment of the famous Snack Mix Tech series. There's you can check out previous versions by going to this website here. It's bit.ly/snackbites. There's several. What I try to do is put all of the different things we show you, the tips and tricks, on that website, so that really you don't ever have to come and look for these slideshows again. You can, but if you just go to that website, all the slideshows are there, the different tips and tricks are there, and stuff like that. So I try to put everything there that we've had from the past. So make sure you go to bit.ly/snackbites. Okay, our objectives today. We're going to show you tips and tricks for utilizing digital and tech tools, increasing efficiency, increasing effectiveness. Those are the big things for us. We just, Mr. Pettijohn and I came up with this idea 3 years ago that there's all these little things that we do that when you bring them all together, they save you minutes, hours, days of time just by doing them systematically. And so we thought, let's just share these little things. It's kind of a mishmash of stuff. That's why we call it Snack Mix, because it's just, there's no really rhyme or reason or theme. It's just this is how we do it in this way. And some of it you'll say, oh, I already do that. Some of it you'll think I already have a better system for that. And some of it you'll go, whoa, y'all are amazing. Most of it you'll do that. So we're going to increase overall digital awareness, increase student engagement, increase student effectiveness. Because if you think about it indirectly, by you saving time, you give more time to students, to lesson planning, and all of that. So this is our learner profile and cultural tenets. I'm sure you're very aware, so I'm going to keep going. So they wanted us, in all of our sessions, they wanted us to choose one of these as to which of these does it mainly lend itself to. I say we help teachers be more effective and efficient in day-to-day things so they can make their teaching more of all of these things. So to me, I'm not going to try to figure out one. This is so you can help your class and your students be more effective in all of that. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. That is Michael Altshuler. So the reason I say that is because, like the Flash, we're going to go very quickly through each of these tips and tricks. Basically, we're going to show them to you. We're going to model them. It would take us hours to go through each one and how to set it up and how to do it. But rest assured, there's a screen recording up for every one of them, showing you exactly how to do them. Okay, so we'll be glad to answer questions and stuff, but for the most part, how to set it all up will be there as well. Okay, all right, so I put in a table of contents here because this is how many things we're going to show you today, and this will be easier for you to get from one to the other instead of scrolling through and trying to find them. And so there's your table of contents, and I'm going to hand it over to Mr. PJ. That's Mr. Pettijohn. Mr. Pettijohn, I'm going to stop sharing so that you can start sharing. All right, there we go.
All right, here we go. Minimize that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, we have a lot of new people on here. So I went through our last 2 Snack Mix sessions and just picked out a couple of things that I thought real quick could improve your either your systems or just make you more productive. So first thing is Stacks. If you're not using this, I would highly recommend it. I'm going to show you something that's probably going to increase all of your anxiety for a second. Boom. How many of you have anxiety looking at that on your desktop? So in the latest Mac OS, there's a thing called Stacks to organize your desktop. I purposefully made this crazy like this so I could show you. But if you go to where your Finder is, you click on your desktop and you go over to View. If you click Use Stacks, it automatically organizes everything into individual stacks on your desktop. So you don't have all this mess going on. So all my PDF documents, I can click on that and it expands and shows me all of those. Music, movies, all that stuff. Any videos would go there, and then just anything else goes here. That's where all that those are packet tracer files. But so that is Stacks. And again, like Fern was saying earlier on, if you haven't been in one of these sessions with us, we'll show you the trick, and then the next slide is going to be a video on how to do it. So I'm not going to go over and over and over again how to do it. So the next thing is templates in Gmail. So if I go to an email and I compose an email, let's say that there is something that you're sending out a lot, like maybe a progress report or something like that, and you need to have a template for that. You can do that in Gmail with the 3 dots down here. And you just go to, let's see, here we go. For some reason it's not popping up. You would go right here, templates. I don't know why it's not showing up right now.
It does that to me once in a while too. Maybe refresh.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up right now, but normally it would show up right here, and you would highlight that, and you can click on a template that you've made, and it would pop up here and show up there. Again, I don't know why that's not showing up right now, but you can also create an email and then in the 3 dots save it as a template. And so that is that's Gmail templates. And again, I have a video here.
They used to be called canned responses.
Yeah, canned responses, and then they changed it to templates. So there's a video here to show you how to do that, and it actually works in the video. Okay, so a couple of years ago, Fern showed you guys a thing called Auto Text Expander. This has saved me so much time, but it went away. I don't know why or what happened, but it went away, and they replaced it with something called Magical. So you can go to the Chrome store, with your extensions, manage extensions, and then go to the Chrome store. And then you can open up Magical, and it's basically shortcut keys to fill in paragraph sentences. So like in Canvas, and I know we're switching to Skyward, but in Canvas, we would use something like GBA, and it would automatically fill out this as a comment. Because if you put a 0 in the gradebook, you want to have a comment in there. So I would just type in GBA, and it would fill in this comment. Please complete and submit absent work. And then just a couple of things when you're doing this, just make sure you're not putting actual words in here, because then anytime you actually try to type in the word, it will fill in this comment. So if I go to my email, and I can do that in here, if I did GBA, it's going to automatically turn it into that. So I like Magical actually better because it's a little more streamlined than Auto Text Expander was. And I think it works on a few other things that Auto Text Expander didn't work on. So that's a really cool thing for emails and for your gradebook, for putting comments in. Things that you're doing a lot of, you can just use those shortcut keys. So that is Magical, and there's a video on how to do that. Okay, this next one I'm going to show you, I use all the time in my class, especially on my Promethean board. If you have kids in the back or kids that maybe can't see as well, and you need to show them something on the Promethean board, you can zoom in on your screen on the Mac and on the Mac Mini and show them what you're trying to see. So the ironic thing is screen zoom doesn't work on Zoom. So I'm actually going to show you this video to show you how it works. It'll load. Second. Come on. There we go.
Okay, so I want to show you guys something I use almost daily, especially on my Promethean board, that really helps students see different things. So you may have seen this before, but you can zoom in like this on your Mac, and I'll show you how to set that up in a second. But the way I have it set up is I just hold down the control button and then swipe up, and it zooms in wherever my cursor is. So I can zoom in here as far as I want and then swipe back wherever I want to do it. So the way you set this up is you go to your Apple, System Preferences, go to Accessibility, Zoom, and then you use scroll gesture with modifier keys to zoom. Now I have mine set up for control. And then I just check that. And there's some other, you can mess around with some of this stuff too. But yeah, so that is really helpful, especially on your Promethean board. When people are in the back and they need to see something, maybe you have a code they need to type in or something like that, you can just swipe up, zoom in, and then when they're done, you just swipe down and you're back.
All right, so screen zooming, very, very helpful for when somebody needs to see something. All right, let's keep moving.
Mr. Pettijohn, someone mentioned in the chat with the templates that you were doing them all, that wouldn't work.
Okay, so I want to show you guys
Ah.
something I use.
Hang on, sorry. Go ahead.
It could be that you have to get out of the subject and click in the body.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
That may be what was
Let
happening.
me,
but
let me check that real quick.
just to let others know,
Let's see.
maybe.
No, I'm in the body. I don't know. I might just have to refresh,
Yeah.
but it's worked every other time I've done it.
It just doesn't work when we present.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is in Canvas. So I have all these assignments in Canvas, right, for my last class, right? Let's say I have, I've gone ahead and I've done a really great job and I've planned all my units ahead and I have everything scheduled out and the due date scheduled, when I want assignments to show up, when I want them to end, all that stuff. And then I'm absent a day and I'm out and my kid's sick. And now I have to move all of those assignments. I don't know if any of you have ever been through the agony of having to go in and individually change due dates for every single assignment. It is such a pain in the butt. But when in doubt, as my good friend Marcus Huff says, look at the 3 dots and there's usually a solution. So if you go to the 3 dots here, edit assignment dates, and check this out. Running a little slow today. Check this out. Every assignment, and then I can edit any due date, any available from, and any available till. So I can just go through in one batch and do them all very quickly. And then I just hit save when I'm done. So
Mr. John, I see some mouths open. Jaws dropping. Yeah.
this has saved my butt so many times. Just being able to do this and not have to go into every individual assignment and change every date. So I hope that sticks with you. Again, there is a video on this one right here on how to do that. So very, very cool. Staying in Canvas, there's another thing that Canvas just introduced this year where you can reassign Canvas assignments. So let's say somebody submitted something and it was a reflection and they said, I learned nothing. Well, you have to put in a comment so you can say, yeah, this isn't good enough. Try again, submit it, and then it'll let you reassign the assignment to them and it will show back up on their calendar, hey, do that again. Okay. I think that's a really good thing. I've used that a lot this year since they've introduced that. Just a quick way to be able to reassign something as you're grading. So very, very cool.
It'll
Yes.
take away the line, that puts a line through the
Yes.
assignment on the calendar. When they finished it, it'll take the line out.
Yeah. And so they know it'll show back up. Yep. That's exactly right.
Awesome.
Let's see. I got a couple more things. Oh, I stumbled across this because where I am at the Mile, I have several different classrooms I have to go to, and I've got like three different classrooms, different Promethean boards, and then I have a Mac laptop, I have a Windows laptop, just all sorts of craziness, right? So sometimes I'm working on a Promethean board in one room, right? And I have tabs up in my Chrome, and then I want to open those tabs on another Promethean board or on my laptop, or maybe I'm working on my laptop and I want to open it on the Promethean board quickly. Well, there's a quick way to do that. If you look at your history here, this is just the history for this device, but stumbled across this. That's really cool. Again, 3 dots, when in doubt. Thank you, Marcus Huff, the 3 dots. You go here and you go to history and check this out. Recently closed on my device. Then this is one of my Mac minis. I have my open tabs on that. Open tabs on one of my other laptops, and then my other Mac mini. So I can go in and I can open up, say on my Mac mini, I can click this and it'll open that tab here and I can quickly get to it from another device. Very cool way, especially if you're moving around, to be able to switch and get tabs back and stuff like that. So that one's very helpful. So
As long as you're logged into Chrome.
yes, as long as you're logged into Chrome on all your devices, which you probably will be if you're at school.
Yeah.
You're probably, on your Mac minis, you're probably going to be logged in. So yeah. The next one I just wanted to introduce you to, my wife showed this to me, and I know I'm going to give a shout out, to her, but also to, I know the 8th grade math teachers at Walnut Grove use this a lot. So they may be a better resource than me for this, but TeacherMate, she showed me this and my mind was blown about converting documents and PDFs into interactive activities. Not going to go super into it, but I know you can set it up to where it like grades it for you and all sorts of stuff. And I know Ricky Underwood and Jared Barton are on here. If y'all want to jump in and maybe say a couple of things about how you use this, that would be cool too. But otherwise, you can go on there. It's free. I know they have a pro open house through the end of June, and that'll embed things into Canvas, but you don't have to do that. But yeah, so
Talk to us, Ricky.
We love it for math. The only thing, it's really case sensitive. So like if you have
Okay.
spaces or really picky about spaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's really great. I mean, the kids can even write on the screen and do their work on the screen. So it's really cool to see that too.
Awesome.
yeah, and my wife was telling me that they can like start something and then save it and then come back to it or something like that.
Yeah. And on the teacher screen, you see what % of the assignment they have done at that time too, as they're doing it.
Wow.
So very, very cool.
And I
yeah,
just was gonna add for science, I've used it too. You don't just have to type in text boxes. There's also other ways you can set it up. So I've set it up to do like hotspots before, where they have to click the right part of the paper and it grades it based on that. So there's multiple ways to set it up besides just typing in a answer.
Awesome. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you as a cybersecurity teacher, it might be remiss if I didn't mention this. How many of you use the same password for everything?
Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer.
So that's not really a good practice. So there is a solution. There's something that I use called LastPass. And what it does is it's a password manager. And so it'll actually create really complicated passwords for your different sites. You have a master password that you put in, and then you unlock with your master password, and then you can use those other passwords. It'll autofill and stuff for you. My first question when I signed up for this was, well, if I have a master password, what if somebody hacks LastPass and gets my master password and then they have all my passwords? Well, they thought of that. And the passwords that you give them, LastPass actually doesn't have access to those passwords. They're stored locally. And they're stored in a really high encryption. So if somebody hacks LastPass, they don't get all your passwords. So very cool thing. If you have a habit of using the same passwords for everything, this might be an option for a little bit more security. They do have a free, you can use it for free. I think there are some limitations, or you can use a pro account. But I just wanted to show you guys that if that's something you're interested in for being more secure. So with that said, I know I flew through all these. Pretty much everything has a screen recording. You can go back and watch if you're interested. But at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Fern, and he's going to show you his magic. So
Hey, I can say this about LastPass. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because a phone call came through and it did all this stuff on my screen. Anyway, I can say about LastPass, I have been using LastPass for years now, and it is a life changer. And
Yeah.
it's not just passwords, there's secure notes that you can create in there. So like I have my kids' social security numbers, I have driver's license numbers, things like that, where do you remember all of this, right? And I can assure you it's highly secure.
yes, it's got a really, really high encryption rate. Yeah.
It does. And so it's awesome. It is really good. And again, if you use one password for everything, yikes. I'm telling you now, it is a no-no, because the minute they figure out the one, especially if it's not very complicated, you know what I'm saying? It can wreck your life. It can put you into years of a tailspin with identity theft and stuff like that. So anyway, that's
Real quick, I'm going to put something in the chat.
Mhm.
You can actually see if your email address has been hacked. Go to that website, haveibeenpwned.com, and it'll pull up all the places where your data has been breached.
Nice.
Or sorry,
What is it? Have I what? Oh,
I mistyped it. Have I been pwned? Sorry, haveibeenpwned.com. It's something like that. It'll tell you all the breaches where your data has been
wow.
let go, and they actually go have people that search the dark web for all this stuff, and then they tell you, hey, your stuff is here, here, and here. So
Whoa, I'm not
if
sure I
you
want to know.
breached, then yeah, so that might be a good thing to look up real quick and easy. I did this with students when we were recruiting at the high schools, and their jaws dropped, and then they were all like, I'm going to look at my parents' email addresses.
Wow, that's great. I'm fixing to go do that after this session. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
All right. Let me share my
All right.
screen with y'all. Thank you, Mr. PJ.
Sure.
All right, is my screen up?
Yep.
Yay, that was LastPass. Okay. This one I realized a while back that really helps a lot is to snooze your emails. It's the same thing as snoozing your alarm clock when you hit snooze and say, please come on again in 9 minutes, which where they came up with 9 minutes, I don't know, but it's 9 minutes. Snooze an email is the same idea. So I wanted to show you real quick, for example, I have this email in here. Oh Lord, I got a bunch from Theta McGrew. Sorry, I digress. All right, so I have this email here that I sent myself about fall posters that I want to put up in the fall, but I don't want it sitting in, oh, go ahead.
We're just seeing this slideshow right now, not your email.
Oh, let me do this then, thank you. I need to tell it to share everything, not just the slideshow. Thanks, Mr. PJ. Now can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for telling me. So I have this email here from myself about fall posters. I'm not gonna need it until August. And I'm one of those, like, I gotta keep my inbox clean. I don't like things. And so it's interesting because you can do this a few different ways. You can right click and say snooze. You can choose it and hit the clock up here. Or if it's open, you can hit the clock, bunch of different ways. Snooze just means, hey, disappear and come back into my inbox later. So I might say, I want you to go away and come back when I come back to school, maybe on the 2nd or something like that. And just like that, it's gone out of your inbox. And on August the 2nd, it'll pop back into my inbox. So that's kind of nice for those emails that you get to say, hey, you just signed up for a 3-month subscription. And if you don't cancel by this time, you'll be charged. I tell it, show up again, a week before that 3 months is up into my inbox. So that's snoozing emails. You can come over here to snoozed if you have any, and it'll show you all of your snoozed emails and you can unsnooze them and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. I like that. Let me see where we're at. Okay, that was snooze emails. There's the how-to video.
Okay.
All right, quick QR codes. This is pretty awesome. I think this was just released a few weeks or months ago, but this is simple. If you were on a website and you wanted your kids to go to it, it doesn't matter what website you're on. If you click in the URL bar and look right over here, this one right here says create QR code for this page. You can click on it and you have a QR code ready for your kids to scan and go to the exact page that you're on right now. So it's a quick, easy QR code. You can also get a link to it. You can download it to put it on things. Super easy, quick QR code. You do have to set it up or turn it on, if you will. So watch this video in case it's not turned on. That'll show you how to turn it on. Okay. Still good, Mr. PJ? Everything?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Google Chrome has released.
All right, Chrome folders. I use Chrome folders a lot. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. Right up here, you see my bookmarks bar, and I have a bunch of folders here because I use them quite a bit. There's a few things you can do with Chrome folders. First of all, let's say you have a whole bunch of tabs open. There's Chrome extensions for this too, but you have a whole bunch of tabs open, and this happened to us a lot in class. We tell kids, you're gonna have to restart your computer because it's not working very well. And they have all these tabs open that they were working on and stuff. Well, you could right click anywhere in the gray area, just to the right of any of your tabs and say bookmark all tabs. You do that and call it something. I'll just leave it called new folder for now and click save, and it creates a new folder with all of your stuff in it. Okay. Oh, maybe it didn't because I didn't call it new folder. I don't know. But anyway, bookmark all tabs. Maybe I have to call it something. My saved tabs. Oh, I put it in animation down there. Okay. Yeah. If you want it at the top, put it in bookmarks bar right there. Yeah, there you go. And there they are. There's all those tabs you just had open. Now you can quit Chrome and do your thing and whatever. And there's those tabs. Okay. The other nice thing, when you do have folders like this, you can open all of them just by right clicking and saying open all in new window or open all in this window. So the folders is really, really beneficial. It helps quite a bit. Again, there is a video there on how to use them, and
So let's
go for that.
say,
All right. Chrome tab groups. This was new that they introduced this year. It is interesting for those of you that have a bunch of tabs open, and a lot of kids, you know that most of the kids that had a bunch of tabs open, they weren't even using most of them. They just wouldn't close them, right? But if you are someone who's actually doing some research and you do have several tabs open and it starts kind of getting jumbled up in your mind, those tab groups are excellent, okay? For example, let's say that, let me pull this up. I'm gonna, by the way, once again, I have a folder here that I created of 5 tabs that I wanted to use, and I can just right click and say open all 5 in new window. And these are gonna open just for our training purposes for me to show you. But let's say I was checking out some stuff about leadership and about tech apps. I was looking for lessons on leadership. I was looking for lessons on tech apps. And as you can see, some tabs are about tech apps, some are about leadership. And so I can start grouping them instead. So I want to show you this real quick. This is a tech apps lesson. So I'm going to right click and say add tab to new group. And it's going to ask me, what do you want to call it? I'm going to call it tech apps. Sorry. Okay. And then this one was also, and you'll see the little thing it put there, like it's all part of it now. This one is also tech apps. So I'm going to say add tab to group, tech apps. Now see it's part of that group. And I can click on the word tech apps and see how they go away and they kind of put themselves into the folder. Then you can open them up again. So your tabs are open, but they minimize and they go into that little folder, okay? And then this was leadership lessons. So add tab to new group, and I can call that one leadership. And then this tab, I also want to add to leadership. And now I still have all those tabs open. That was my Google. Now I still have all those tabs open, okay? But I have them closed. When I click on the leadership, they can open. This one can open and close them. Those are tab groups, okay? All right. The next thing that we want to share, these are just going to start playing automatically every time. The activity dashboard. This was kind of cool. We saw this at TCEA. I always saw this little character right here at the top of my Google Docs, Google Slides and stuff. Never messed with it. And then at TCEA, they kind of showed us what it was. So I want to show you, it's on anything you're in. If you're inside of a Google Doc, Google Slide, Google Sheet, you'll see this little thing right here. Okay, and what it is it's your activity dashboard. It's going to tell you who has opened this file and when. This is interesting, right? Because if you assign something to a couple of students and you want to know, did they actually open this file and when did they open it? This file here, you can see I opened it, obviously. Mr. Snow opened it on May the 18th because I shared it with him. These other people that I had shared it with have not opened it. And that's interesting. You can see the viewer trend. How many people have opened this document? How many people, you can see if your class is actually opening the document you told them to open. Does that make sense? So there's a bunch of different things that you can see here under the activity dashboard. So again, there's another video for that. You can watch more in depth about that. But that's what that little squiggly arrow is. I've always wondered. Mr. Pettijohn, are you able to let people in as well now?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing people that might be jumping.
I've let a couple people in, yeah.
Okay, good. Very good. Thank you. All right, find and replace. This has been around for years. This has been, in Microsoft Word and everywhere else, but it comes in really handy a lot of times. It's a quick find and a quick replace. Let me give you an example here. If I had this document up and I noticed that I've been using the word tool everywhere and I want to change that word tool to a resource or something like that. Well, first of all, there's a few different ways, okay? I could go up to edit, find and replace, okay? Or I could just do Command F for find. This just finds where you have that. I typed in the word tool and you can see there's 3 of 5. You can use the arrows to go from each one to each one to see the different ones, but you can go a little further by what did Mr. Pettijohn say? When all doubt, click the 3 dots. You can say, I want you to find tool and replace that word with resource, okay? And you can click replace all. And that's it. It replaced every time it saw the word tool with the word resource. Okay. Again, there's a video about that. If I went through that too fast, there is a video there about that. All right, ClassLink Auto Launch. This one helped me a lot because ClassLink was awesome. When we introduced it this year, it really helped a lot with the kids too. All their stuff is in one place. So with ClassLink, I want to kind of show you what I did. I do believe I will have to log out of it first unless I'm going to do a new window and I'm going to open ClassLink, which I also have automatically open when Chrome opens. In the video, it'll show you how to do that too. But I'm going to open ClassLink. Okay, I'm not logged in, so that's good. And I want you to pay attention to once I log in. Sorry, it got a little bit, once I log in, I want you to watch the bar at the top because it's going to log into my class link, but it's also going to, if I'm not logged in somewhere else. I am. No, there it is. See them at the top? It's also going to open the ones that I told it to auto launch. So I always use Gmail every day. It's taking a while. I always use Canvas. I always use Power Teacher. So it might as well open them when I log into ClassLink. Super easy to do. When you're inside a ClassLink, you can right click and say set auto launch. And it'll auto launch from now on every time you log in to ClassLink. You can also go up here to your settings under your profile and to auto launch, and you can see all the ones you have set for auto launching. I think you can do up to 5. Yeah, you can select up to 5 to auto launch. The way I see it, they might as well open, or I'm gonna have to click each of them individually each time. So that is ClassLink auto launch. All right. Excuse me. There's the video for it. Virtual attendance, I'm gonna leave this one to you because this one's a little more in depth. But this one is great. I'm telling you, when you now I don't know what it's going to look like in the fall with virtual. I don't think we're still going to have virtual students. So I'm not even going to take time on this, but I'm going to leave it in there because it was a super quick and easy way to tell if your virtual kids logged into that class that day or not, whether you can mark them absent or mark them present or whatever. Super fast, super easy way. I'm going to leave that to you. I don't even think it's worth going over for now, just in case we don't even do it. But I promise you, you will want to if we get back to that point. Okay, I'm gonna leave it
Hey,
alone.
Fern,
Yeah, talk to me.
it's supposed to be illegal for them to make you have both. They've just passed a law saying you can't have virtual and face-to-face at the same time.
Score.
So if they try to make you do it, it's illegal.
I'm gonna call my lawyer. What? All right. Thanks, Mr. Martin. I can always count on you. All right. But anyway, that's why I'm leaving it alone. Y'all go watch it if we end up having Zoom class absence logs, same thing. I'm gonna leave that alone. This was a super easy way to log. Well, I'm gonna show it to you because you can use this for other things besides that. We showed it in a previous, it's called DocAppender. We showed it in a previous one. All I would do is, let's see, here we go. Zoom class absence logs. I'll show you what it does, but this isn't just for Zoom class. This is for any Google form. It's called DocAppender. So I would say like, bam, Fernie Sancho was absent. He didn't get on the call. Submit. That easy. Every afternoon, I would just do that for the kids that didn't get on the call, and I would just click submit. And over here, it is updating a Google Doc that it's connected to. And you can see it already updated it. Just now when I hit it, it added another row. And just like that, I have a Google Doc to open and see how many times that they weren't there. You can use this for anything. You can use this for keeping logs of anything. Go watch the video and you'll see how to use DocAppender. I used it for attendance, but I use it for a bunch of other things too. So watch this video or go to the Snack Bites website and look up DocAppender. It's great. It is really cool. All right, embed Google files in Canvas. Mr. Martin's the one that showed me this because, you know, I create everything in Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets. I make most of my assignments in Google Docs, and then I just embed them in the Canvas assignment, because if we're ever told that we're going away from Canvas and all of our assignments are built into Canvas, I'm not cool with that, right? I don't want that. And so if I've built everything as a Google Doc, right, I can, whatever LMS we go to, it'll be there. So let me see if this is one I was going to show you or show you the video. All right, this one I'm going to show you the video. There's only a couple that I'm going to show you the video on because it's a little too hard to show you live. Here we go.
I personally prefer to create all of my assignments as a Google Doc, just like this one that you see here. A few different reasons, but I figure if we ever went away from Canvas or to a different one, I have all of this already and I don't have to worry that I created the assignment inside of Canvas. but I'm going to show you how to embed a Google Doc inside of a Canvas assignment easily. So I'm going to take this one, for example. I created this assignment for my kids, okay? And it's a Google Doc, you can tell, okay? So what I'm going to do is go back to Canvas and create a new assignment. And I'll call this one sample assignment. You would probably call it whatever the name of your assignment is, create a photo journal in Google Docs, something like that. But I already have that, so I'm gonna just do this.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to,
And
there you
then
go.
it's very
Quality.
simple from there. Create your assignment is before you don't put anything in this box at all. All you're gonna do is go up to this little plug, this little outlet. It's an apps, it's your apps icon. And you're gonna click on it and choose view all. And you're gonna choose the one that says Google Drive LTI 1.3. Okay, make sure you choose that one, nothing else, all right? So you're gonna notice I'm gonna click on it. And it's first gonna ask you to log in if you're not logged in, okay? Like this, okay? It's gonna ask you and it's gonna make sure you are who you are. And you're just gonna click on select file. And then all you do, it's gonna open your Google Drive from right here. And you can see that it's under my recent because I had just opened it, but you can also go search for it within your drive or whatever. But once you find it, you just choose it and click OK and click attach. Once you have it, may take a few seconds, but once you have, you will see it show up inside of your document. And it's that simple. And every time you go over here and make any changes to this document right here, when the student refreshes this page, the changes will appear on this document because it's just embedded. It's a live document. So it's that easy.
So I love to do that because I'd rather create them all in Google Docs than to create it as a Canvas assignment and then it's stuck in Canvas. So that's what I do with most of them. Most assignments my kids open, there's an embedded Google Doc in there. Did that all look good, Mr. Martin? That's how you showed me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was perfect.
Yeah, I'm calling you out so that if it was wrong, it was your fault. All right. So that's Mr. Martin. Give him credit. Canvas rubrics are awesome. Mr. Snow showed me this. Thank you, Mr. Snow. Some of you have already used Canvas rubrics. Some of you might not have. You know what a rubric is. There's some beauty on using the Canvas rubrics. I'm going to let you watch this video as well. The Canvas ones I'm letting you watch because I didn't know if my Canvas course would be up or not anymore and all that. So watch this.
We use rubrics for a lot of things, but they're really nice when they're built into Canvas because not only can the kids see them, but when you go to grade, you can use the rubric and grade it in Canvas. So let me show you an example. I'm going to click on this assignment and open it all the way. Here's their assignment for today.
Let me change the quality real quick. It does auto 480. I'm going to change it so it's better. There we go.
Right? But you're going to notice under the assignment, look down here at the rubric that I created for this assignment. And it's a basic rubric, how many points they get for each thing, totaling 100. Each of these things tells them what they should have. So it's really nice to have. The student view may look a little different than the teacher view. Let me go into student view. So this is what it looks like to the student, okay? There's their assignment. And there's the rubrics. To create a rubric, let me leave student view. Rubrics are very easy to create. You just come down here on the left in your menu bar to rubrics. And you'll see that I have a few already, okay? You can open one that you already have, like this one we were just looking at. No, this was a different one, I don't remember. But anyway, here's the one I already have, and I can edit it or delete it, okay? Or, let's go back to that page, the rubrics page, you can click add a rubric. Very simple, you give it a title here, and then here is the description of the criterion, okay? They give you one right away, so you can probably, change this one. The first thing that they need to have is a title page. And then here you can give a more descriptive thing if you want and click update. Here you tell it how many points is it going to be worth, okay? Right here you tell it how many points is it going to be worth. If it's going to be worth 15, you write in 15 and you'll notice it changes right here. And then to add another criterion, you add it there, new criterion, or you can duplicate the title page one and do like that. You would simply go into the Canvas gradebook.
Sorry.
You would go to
So right here, I had to flip the video. Now I'm going to show you how you use it when you're grading. You go into the Canvas gradebook and you go into SpeedGrader.
SpeedGrader, whichever, however way you get to SpeedGrader, you can go to the top of the assignment, click on the three dots and go to SpeedGrader. When it opens, you would find the student you want, and you would simply click View Rubric. Once you do, you'll see the rubric right under here, and you would put in your points over here. You may have to scroll to the right to figure it out. And as you scroll down, and get to the bottom, you'll see a Save button. You can assign comments and these other things. You can put an attachment, little video, little audio, and then hit Submit. And that's it. That's how to grade with the rubrics.
So those are rubrics. I know Mr. Snow uses those a lot, and he's really good at that, and it makes it a lot easier to grade some
We use
stuff.
rubrics for a lot of
Mr.
things.
Snow, do you want to say anything about that since you're awesome about it?
I just want to say that I started using it just because it was a lot easier.
Yeah,
And so, but you can also have incremental on there too. So if you want to give partial credit, if they get part of it in there.
okay, nice, very cool. And Mr. Snow says, just makes it a lot easier when it's a project that you have to grade to be in SpeedGrader and just go from one to the next, put the points in, go on to the next, put the points in, go on to the next. Okay, it does depend on them looking at it in the Canvas SpeedGrader so that it won't show them PowerSchool, right? They're gonna have to look, you're gonna have to show them how to look at it in Canvas, in the grade book, so they can see the rubric, right, Mr. Snow, is that right?
Yes, you kind of have to show them how to do it, and I have to show them multiple times, I guess.
Yes, yes, we are all used to that. All right, a GIF maker. If you've ever seen animated GIFs, obviously they're huge. Everybody uses them for all kinds of stuff. There's one going back and forth on the page right now. An animated GIF is basically a GIF of multiple pictures that just kind of cycles through. It's really one image file, but it's multiple images within that file. The kids loved this, creating an animated GIF. There's a bunch of different websites you can use to do it. I chose to use one called GIFmaker.me. I'm going to show it to you here, GIFmaker.me. Super easy. All you do is upload the images you want. And I happen to do a few, well, let's see what these are. There we go. I have a few pictures of my new teardrop camper. This isn't what I was planning to do, but now you get to see it. Okay, so I'm going to upload those pictures, and it simply uploads them, puts them all together, and you'll see, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, cannot be uploaded. Oh, please wait a moment. There's one that can't be uploaded. Just a second. All right, let's see if maybe just these three will do it. There they are. Okay, it uploaded those two. Doesn't matter right now. Okay, but there they are. There's the two, and you can see them going back and forth between each other right here. You can adjust the speed if it's switching too fast or too slow. You can adjust this speed. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the canvas size. You can adjust the speed here. Okay, if it's going too fast or too slow, you can adjust that speed. When you're done, you just hit Create GIF Animation and click here, download the GIF. And now you can put it in anything you want. Okay, and that's like I said, that's how I did. Oops, sorry. That's how I did the guy you saw a while ago. That good-looking guy there. That's how I did that. I just downloaded 3 or 4 different images, threw them in there, and now it's one image cycling through. Okay, that's GIFmaker. Again, there's a video here on how to do it. Okay,
To show.
all right, and this is cool because see, we learned about this at TCEA, and this link will give you all kinds of ideas for making animated GIFs. You can do a lot of things with it. In math, you can say, I want you to show how a problem gets solved, create an animated GIF out of it that takes it in order of how it gets solved and things like that. But if you follow this link, there's a ton of great ideas on how to use animated GIF creation in all the classrooms, multidisciplinary. All right, then there's Jamboard. Some of you have used this, some of you haven't. What time is it? 9:48. Okay, we're good. I think we're making good time. Jamboard, what I want you to do, I don't know if this will work, we'll see. I want you guys to go to this website real quick. If you can open a new tab and go to bit.ly/sanjam1. We'll see if it works, I don't know. bit.ly/sanjam1. And I'll leave it up there for a minute for you to see. And let me know, somebody let me know if it's coming up.
It's up.
Excellent, excellent. So what I want you to do is tell me something fabulous by simply coming over here to the sticky note, clicking on the sticky note, and tell me something fabulous and hit save. Are you guys seeing my Jamboard on the screen? There it comes, yep. And when you put your sticky note, come back to the presentation, I guess, and look at mine and see what's happening. You can see how everybody's is just putting itself on the Jamboard. It's basically a digital dry erase board that you're sharing with your students, you're sharing with other people. And what I used to do is this with my kids at the beginning, tell me something fabulous, and they can throw something up there. This has so many different ways that it can be used. You can let them draw. I mean, some of you, if you want to, because you're not students, I won't get mad at you. If you want to try it, go get the pen and draw something on the board so we can see that everybody can do that. Use some of the other tools if you want, so we can show that everybody can use all the tools you want. Obviously, this could go kind of crazy, right? With the kids, you have to establish some ground rules. There's some people, oh, nice heart, nice heart. There's some people drawing some stuff, love it. So, I mean, you decide how you use this. This is basically, hey, I mean, I can see a math teacher saying, you know, we used to in the old days, come up to the board and solve this problem. Here's the marker, right? This way we say, hey, solve the problem from your computer. Show us how to do it. I like that. That's the only hair I'll ever have. That's perfect. I love it. You can have them solve it or draw on your whiteboard from their computer. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. And right up here, you'll notice it's like a slideshow. You can create another one. And you can create a new blank one and just keep on going. You can create as many as you want and come back to the ones that you were doing before. So
Hey,
that's
Warren?
yeah, go for it.
With the Chromebooks, is that pen feature going to work well with the touchscreen most likely? Do you know?
I don't know. I would think so. I don't see why not.
Probably work
but
better than the trackpad.
I
yeah,
would think so, yeah.
I would think so, yes, because of the touch feature, they're gonna have a much easier way drawing and writing things on it. So I can see that being huge, right? Telling somebody, I want you to solve it for us up here. They're drawing on their iPad at the back or on their Chromebook at the back of the classroom, but it's showing up on the board. So that's pretty cool. That's Jamboard. And once again, remember there's a video in there on how to set that up. It's very simple, very easy. It's a lot like any of the other Google apps.
Sorry, can you save the Jamboards to come back to later?
Absolutely, good question. And it shows you in there. But yes, it's like any of the other Google apps. You can go to your Jamboards, like I just clicked on the icon there, and there they are, all the ones you've ever created. Yep, good question. Glad you said that. All right, Jamboard. And Jamboard is actually a Google device. Like we've decided to get the Promethean boards. But Google actually makes a device that's, you know, like our Promethean boards, but it's a Google device called a Jamboard. But this is just the software that you can use on anything.
Starting a Google Jamboard is so
All right. I like your voice, but okay. This one's big. Let me see if this is the last thing. Just a second. Okay. This one's big. The animation, this one's awesome. The kids loved this, and I can think of so many different ways that you can use this in any subject and in any class. And it's basically, if you remember the old school flip books where you would draw a stick figure, and then on the next page, you would draw him a little different, then the next page a little different. When you're done, you flip through it and you can see him moving. This is just digital. The same concept in Google Slides. I want you to watch this lady do it, and you'll get the basic idea, and then let your mind wander with how you can use it. Okay, here we go.
I have a slide here I've already made. It's got a nice background with flowers. I have an image also. It's a PNG clip art. PNG means it has a transparent background, so there is no background. Over here I have a GIF. I'm going to click on the slide to duplicate it. On a Chromebook, it's Control D. On a MacBook, it's Command D. Click on the image that you want to advance and advance it slightly. On the GIF, I'm going to advance it a little bit to the left. Go back to the slide you were just working on. Control D on a Chromebook, Command D on a MacBook duplicates the slide and advance the images slightly in the direction that you want them to go. You're going to need quite a few slides to complete your animation. When you're
You get the idea, right? This is like a piece of paper, right? And you're just changing each slide just a little bit. You're moving things just a little bit so that when you quote unquote flip through them, it creates animation.
done, go to File, Publish to the Web, and here you need to change every second. You do want to check this off. Start slideshow as soon as the player loads. Restart is optional. Click Publish and just copy the link, start a new tab, and paste.
So this part's big. Now you have a link to your animation, but there's one more thing they have to do at the end of the URL if they want it to go to look like animation and not to go too slow. Watch this part real quick.
Now this is critical. You want to change the number here. 1000 milliseconds delay between slides is too slow. You want to change this to 100 or even faster. I like to do 75 milliseconds between slides. And then just hit enter and your animation will begin.
Do it, Jared. So I can tell you right now, and Mr. Snow can attest to this,
I have a
the
slide
kids
here.
absolutely loved this. Mr. Snow had some kids that did 750 slide animation. It lasted several minutes. They just grasped onto it. And I mean, if you think about it, again, kind of like the animated GIF, show me how to solve a math problem in Google Slides, make an animation on how this problem gets solved. Make an animation on this or that in any subject. I can see that being used. It's like a digital flip book. Okay. The last thing, we're about 4 minutes out. Go Guardian. This is going to be awesome, and I'm only going to give you this little teaser that I put together when I was when we were checking out the Chromebooks. We were one of the pilot classes that used the Chromebooks. This Go Guardian is a game changer. You're going to love it. This is just a teaser. I do have after this slide, there's another 9.5 minute slide that goes more in depth on how to use it. And also there's someone offering this course during this empowered session. Go take it. You're going to want to, but watch this teaser just to give you an idea.
Today, I wanted to give you just this quick little overview of this awesome program called Go Guardian that would be on all the Chromebooks if we end up going with Chromebooks. So I wanted to give you just a quick little tour of it to show you what its capabilities are. There's a lot more to it than what I'm going to show you, but I thought it might excite you, okay? So first of all, I had my class going, and here's their screen. There's more screens as you scroll down, but as you can see every one of their screens on your screen, okay? You can tell what screen they're on, okay? Their names would be up here, but for privacy purposes, I have them blanked out, but their names would be there. You can tell what screen they're on and everything. So this is the session screen, okay? You've started a session, that's another training, but you've started the session and you're ready to go. So you can see all their screens. And then I want you to see what you can do on them individually. Let's say this student, you want to click the 3 dots. You can either lock that student's device, you can open a tab on their device from yours, or you can exclude them from this session, okay? So that's pretty cool. Also, if you can't really tell what they're on or what their screen looks like, you can click to expand and it'll bring it up in a bigger thing. And it'll also show you the other tabs they have open, okay? Here you can do other things like exclude student, open a new tab, lock device. This one's interesting, take a screenshot. If you need a screenshot of a page that they were on, you can do it right there. And annotate is something I haven't played with, just to be honest, okay? So anyway, I'm gonna close the X. Now, the next thing that's pretty cool is that you can select a bunch of students at the same time, either by clicking each of these and check marking them, or you can click select students here, right here, and you can choose from this drop-down box whether to select all the ones that are online, offline, or whatever, okay? But you'll notice they all got check marked, and look at the options it gives me to do all of them. It tells me I have 23 selected. Call students is a different thing, don't worry about that. But you can open a new tab on every one of their computers. You can lock all of their devices, you can unlock their devices, or you can exclude them all from the session. So that's pretty cool too.
Guys, I didn't even, that is like a teaser. I didn't even go into, if you watch the other video or go to the other, sorry, or go to the other person's, if you watch this one called Go Guardian Basics, you'll see a lot more. I didn't even go into the scenes that you can create. I don't mean scenes like the kids create a scene in class. The scenes that you can create to say, these are the only websites they can go to right now during this session. And that's it. They can't go anywhere else. It's powerful. You're going to love it. Go to the other, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Go to the other gentleman's session about Go Guardian and or watch this other longer video that I have on that slide. You're going to love it. It's going to be a game changer for these Chromebooks. It's going to be awesome. That's where go ahead.
Megan Sell was mentioning that the Go Guardian session is from 1 to 3 today, if anybody wants to go to it.
Awesome. Thank you. From 1 to 3. You're going to love this. And even if you don't remember everything about how to set it up and all that, because I know we're going on break. I'm not going to remember anything till July. You get an idea of it. You're going to love it. You're going to want to use it. It's awesome. It's great. All right. So thanks. I'm Fernando Sanchez. That's Nathan Pettijohn. Let me see here. Here is our, go ahead.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Here's our session name and number. You can click here if you're inside the thing. Otherwise, you can scan this to go there. I think they sent out a link, right, to go to that, to go to the Google form.
I think
No, you have to put it in the chat.
Okay,
Okay.
then let's do that. Let me. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna stop. Well, let me put it in the chat before I stop recording. Okay. Copy. Chat. Here's the link for the, I guess it's called like an attendance form, right? Attendance/survey form. All right, that should take you to the form. All you need to know once you get there is that this is session number 115, Snack Mix Tech. I'm gonna stop the recording.